Alright, gonna be trading live today, but will not be recording the might try to catch it afterward, but we'll be talking about the trade. I do see it coming up. Today is December 2nd. Today is probably the only this week. Work the next 2 days. It's 4 days. Yeah. This week. Put that way. Pull this. There's a high. Gotta be what? People are gonna be buying here, suspecting to bring prices back to the side. Probably this way. The thing I'm worried about is the volatility. Like volatility, but maybe it's slow market. These bars are point one's more than points, 2.5 points. This one's a full 4-pointer. We don't really have a 6-point bar, so it's like crazy, and I think we'll be fine trading them. Especially just in the morning, these bars are previous. As you can see, volatility is normal, but got a couple 6-point bars. We're close to 6-point bars. Point bar. Is it better? There's the line. Yeah, this one's point bar. Even though we got those crazy bars, we can continue pushing forward here. What did I just say? With a normal contract. Utility helps. We will be trading that live. Our account is at 29.7 cents. But gold be trading for contract. Don't want to be buying here. Suspect that people start buying here based on the be buying in back into this spike. Actually, selling is the best option here. Set up. And there goes the prices. Selling would have been pretty cool. It's gonna keep pushing on down. That stops everybody out. Alright, it would have worked if we took that. Figure out why. I guess because. But I guess let's see, or the thing that we could time being able to understand. So you can probably assume stash. And this support level right here. So a ton of people went short here because they thought the same thing we did, but that was That's when prices start working down. People were trying to trade that breakout. Especially because of this spike here. Yeah. So when people saw this spike here, people and we saw bounce, traders wanted to try to trade the breakout, especially with us here in the ME. Going long there was probably the best idea on a non. And so these there, easy peasy. Kind of sad we missed that one. Like debating whether or not we should keep trading, because missing trades like that is, I mean, we could have been halfway done right now. Probably shouldn't be trading. If I'm gonna catch it on video today. Definitely not be. Brewing up some delicious tea. Is that the correct term? Brewing. Pre-market is actually not that bad. Yeah. I get a second entry. Got this strong downtrend, push back up. I think we have a lot of traders push the market back up in the direction. Take a look. Just this guy sideways. I'm suspecting for prices to come to the end. Now that we got the setup, let's go.
Your order is
Place or sell. A bit. Give me a non-obvious. Closes. Oh, then we just. I might just leave it recording for the sake. Check. Able to hear me? Check. Came off the lows here. Price has pushed on up. If this pulls back more, taking that, you want to be taking a bar, because once it begins to push in the other directions, enough people are going to be convinced that this is going to come back down. Capitalize on the people who think they're outsmarting the market, who probably are, because we're going for a 4 ticker and they're just capitalizing on people. No setup on the ES for this guy. It's in the other direction. Percentage. But I personally would not be going long here. We can just leave this guy. Pushes up one more. Or not having to. But yeah, I like this trade because once it definitely pushes back up here, people are gonna start buying here and suspecting prices to come back to the other side, which is here, or to the very top up here. Yeah, I might consolidate for a bit, but I'm more suspecting to get filled on this bar or the next one, or the one after that. I'm just kidding, but within 3 bars. So 1, 2, and if not this bar, then the third one should fill us. If not this one, of course. And if it starts to consolidate a little bit more, people's thoughts are gonna change, because people are gonna be in the trade longer, and people, human nature is to get emotional because you want to make profit, and you're worried that you're thinking about the prices might come back and stop you out. So just exit, and that can enough people feel like that in both directions really set the market into the other direction in one way or another, depending. So we can think about everybody who went short here and where would they have their stops? Probably right here. So they would begin to exit, and that can really just push up the market more. But a lot of people are waiting for that next. So let's say everybody who went long here had their stops here. They saw this move and started getting scared, so then maybe they moved their stop here a little bit. And then once this starts pushing up, everybody's gonna exit right here, trying to get a little bit more. If it consolidates, more people are gonna exit. People will exit. But if it keeps pushing up, they're gonna keep moving stop, and once it reaches like this level and they see it turning down, they're gonna exit the trade because of this consolidation. We're just sitting through that whole thing, basically. So I don't want to make this video too long. Be like a 2-hour video, especially for 8. So I'm gonna pause it here. Prices do look like they're working down, but I don't think that's enough for everybody to start. There is this guy right here, but let's stop thinking about what we are trying to think, and let's think about what other people are thinking. We got strong downtrend, huge breakup. This does look like a place that people could be potentially be going short. But I think if we start working up again, people are gonna suspect another one of these legs and push back up. Because not everybody trades the bounce between support and resistance. Something we have to keep in mind. That was definitely the case here. Yes, yeah, that does make the case. Very sideways, but people tried to buy back in, and like on this bar, and people just got stopped out. Yeah, but after that range right there, moved our stop down just by 1 because it broke up higher. We want a new PC. Be getting one maybe next year, just for the sake of having it needed. I still have this. It's weird to say that out loud. But yeah, this is an amazing laptop. I just replaced the fan. A few previous videos. Yeah. There's also the setup in the other direction, which is a swing low for a second entry. It could potentially break lower, then push back up on higher. Alright. Looks like a lot of people are starting to buy, which is really pushing the market back in the other directions. Now that worries me that a lot of people are going to start going short here. Prices push on down. I just want to think out loud here. Everybody else bring love. Okay, now I'm worried that a lot of people went short here and have their stops where we could be very bad. Oh, hypothetically speaking, should be able to trigger here. If a lot of people have their stops there, I should trigger. It shouldn't necessarily run off because a ton of people are going to be buying that. And all those orders are just going to bring the market back down. Decide whether or not you want to be buying or selling. And oh, there was a gap there. Prices opened up right there. Wait, is that what that black thing is? where prices open. Yeah, interesting. I always wondered what this guy was right here. That guy when I'm over. This one. I was wondering what that one was. Wait, it went down. Oh no, that's just what prices are sitting. Okay, never. Yeah, I knew that. Alright, buying here, we have the option to swing low for a century. It would be somewhere here. Do we want to be buying? I think this is really starting to consolidate. We have a strong downtrend here, so buying might be the better option. It starts to push on lower. Let's put our order in. Do we have enough? Yeah, we have enough. Oh, we're gonna have to cancel this if we're gonna be buying. I'm just worried that everybody who bought is about to get to see where we are. Be right here, and it might come back all the way down here. It looks like prices are starting to work back down. We could suspect to see everybody going short here, which should allow us to buy here. There is that slight downtrend here on the ES. Wow, look at that wick. Something like that, right? At that midline, if you can see that, kind of being played out. There it is. Okay. Buy here. That's $1. This is our signal bar. It's pushing low. I'm worried that no, I'm good. We're good. The prices are gonna push down, and especially with this big bar here, a lot of people are gonna be trading that breakout here. So that's the nice second entry short there, and a good signal. It's tough to just assume something that's been on my mind, which is people trading support and resistance line. It doesn't necessarily always occur, or it doesn't behave like it seems like it is. It happened. Trading on people's emotions and human nature really happens more when where the market's moving in a specific direction, not necessarily coming off support and resistance here. Like here, we don't necessarily. The obvious thing would be to be buying here, but it seems like a lot of people sold anyway, and that was what pushed the market back up. So playing the support and resistance is the most obvious thing. If this pushes back up, we can buy in this direction. So our entrance would 70.
Your order has been submitted.
No, not so it's at 25. This is our signal. Poop. Look at this video. It's gonna be a long video. I don't want to pause it because I don't want to get distracted. Oh, you feel free to fast forward. I've been already. Let me know if I went in the field. Do you think time travel is like watching a video on playback? You're not part of the video. Just like if you were time traveling, you wouldn't be a part of time. Be hopping in and out wherever All right, we have to think about, do we really think people went long here and swing high first entry, second entry? We can actually imagine people going along here. It's 8:07 now in the market. Just realized we can't be trading that because there's no swing high here. That's not the swing high. Our last swing high is way up here, so we cannot be trading. Unfortunately, but the good thing I realized that, because that probably would not work in our favor. Just because of that simple rule right there. Because not everybody sees that as a new swing high. So swing low first entry. I think if the market pushes down far enough, we can suspect the prices to continue pushing up. We have a swing low first entry, and if the market took a second entry here, they would probably get their scalp, which is why we would enter the 4-tick trade. But then people would start selling instantly because this doesn't look like the strongest uptrend. This whole thing kind of looks like a downtrend. So we can probably go ahead and place our order.
Your order has been submitted.
Once that bar closes. Oh, here there's a no trade, but here swing low first entry, second entry on the. Oh wait, sorry. That. But here it's using my second monitor for zoomed in action. Alright, we're probably gonna move our stop up to here because I doubt that's come down. And this one bar, or make a new low in this bar. Prices are just sitting top of this way. Am I recording? Okay. Looks like if we were taking that order, we would have got filled. And probably get this scalp as well. We were right about what we were thinking. Unfortunately, we didn't get the new swing high over here. Man, I really want this market to push back down. Strong push. Okay, do we want to buy or sell? Alright, there's the second entry. Starting to look a little better on the ES. Kind of working in like that, right? There. So this second entry short might actually be a good one to take. Hopefully, just enough for 4-tick. If you were going short, because if it keeps going, then we get for us trading empaths. The prices are consolidating, and people really do trade in the other direction when prices consolidate. We worked up to the we can imagine prices consolidating, and I mean people start shorting this. But if we work down from here and then consolidated, that's the thing I'm worried about, that people traded this as consolidation and work back up. But I think we're trading that small intermediate group who is trying to go against the market here on a swing low first entry, second entry, and are trying to push it back down. They're gonna put the orders into sell because now they think everybody's going long because of these lows. I think that's a good one. Good execute. But let's see. 5 now. Here. I don't want to move it just yet because we have a lot of ticks left. And here it comes. Prices are starting to work down. If it keeps pushing on down like this, we could suspect for everybody to start going, or everybody that went long stop getting stuff down. Maybe we do not have to move it. Will it keep going down? Will it keep going? We'll leave it for now because if we move it and then move it back, then place in line is going to be as good. Well, at least that's what I think. I still have no way to prove that. I could probably just, or how do you place your order? Placed in line in T8. Person probably watching this video probably knows. Probably me, probably not. I'm really scared about like internet going out, and I just have my order here. I just moved my laptop a little bit and I just got worried if I accidentally. I wish there was a feature on the phone to just like close all orders. That way if you lose connection here, like to 4G, and close all your orders. No, you know. But then what if you close your order and the market pushed on it, or filled you and then it pushed straight up and you close the order, or order right before it pushes up, close on here, pushes up. But you never know. I think there was like how long is this far? Probably check. Minutes into the video with the 0 trade. Let it be a 2-3. Be kind of cool. Not gonna pause it here. Double checking on the swing lows. Yes, look. Be going short here. Alright, come on, push on. There you go. Now we're good. We leave our order exactly where it is. Push down. Push down. 400 ticks. Push. Push. This is Sparta. Interesting thing about the when people say go Bears, this is the Bears for. We want bearish trend to fill our order, just enough to fill our order, and you can stop being so bearish. So you would root go Bears, and then when it starts pushing in the other direction, to root for the Bulls for bullish. The thing about Chicago is that you have both the Bulls and the Bears. Chicago Bulls, which is basketball, obviously. Bears, which is soccer. Just football, soccer, part of the world. What's wrong with you, man? Alright, prices are pushing on down. I'm just a little worried that there was too many people buying, but we consolidated for people to take a position, or not enough people to be going, because people are still trying to push this market down. So it looks like a double top, which could. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop recording until we get filled, because now I don't have to move my order. Well, as soon as I pressed that, there was a huge spike down. It just like moved 3 ticks in like 1 bar. I mean 3 ticks in 1 second. Somebody noticed something and did something. What happens? Yeah. Oh, they got fulfilled on their orders. People are going to here. Yeah, a lot of people got filled on their ES going short. Here. And push down here. Quick. I noticed that when I'm using the mic, it doesn't even look like I'm talking. Like right now, it doesn't even look like I'm talking. I'm moving my mouth quite a bit. And I'm really enunciating. But it doesn't look like speaking at all. Just think about what if somebody thinks I'm not really creating this, that I'm being a phony, and like I'm just talking over some, like a voiceover. Like it's a still image of a guy sitting on a chair. Just matching my voice. Imagine. Like how much time would that take to learn cues, and when he does, I don't know, my brain goes to weird places. About to get fulfilled on this order. I think enough people went long here for them to get stopped out. I think our order's in a good spot. Unless it comes all the way back to test. It's hard to believe that everybody went long here. Just because of that consolidation, I think there's still enough people trying to push the market back down here. But we might eat it right here. I think our order is in a good spot, and our profit is in a good spot because it's not necessarily on the way at the very top. We could consolidate and have the prices push back up. All right, this is the part where I just can't watch. I might. Let's see how we got filled to the tick. That's because we didn't move our order for a very long time. So that's why leaving it there is, you know, get filled to the tick by placing your order nice and early. As soon as you see it, as soon as this bar right here starts to, at 400 ticks, starts pushing up in the other direction, you know? Like when the bar's at 400 ticks, you just place your order in, like, especially if it's on its highs, and you just place your order where, yeah. Alright, now everybody's suspecting another leg down. Unless this market is thinking just like me, then we are doomed. And we should probably stop trading. Our live account. Boop. Looking at this win-loss ratio, it's pretty nice to look at. The market's starting to push down. I think people are trying to sell this now that we get that good strong move. I'm worried that people are looking at this as a two-legged correction here on the ES, which is at two-legged correction and everybody's gonna go long, which is gonna push the market straight. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Man, I really gotta poop. Okay, I'm gonna go poop and just leave this like this. Oh gosh, I gotta go. It's coming, right? Unfortunately, we got stopped out here. That's okay. It's a good second entry short, I guess. Yeah. So I guess everybody was going long there. It was kind of obvious. So going short is actually a better option. How come I didn't see that? God. Good God. It's Jason Bourne. Dear God. Alright, market opens up in a couple minutes. Yeah. Gonna stop recording. So something we have to get rid of in our vocabulary, which is if the market does this, then we can buy like it's going. But it's not working. Honestly, if our volatility marker was a little bit higher, if we added the 2 tick, then I think we would have got this scalp here. But I think it was just because where our stop was. So that's kind of unfortunate, but then again, that's a huge bar, so that's alright. So sticking with our natural instinct that we don't want to be buying here. It's probably the thing we should be we should take into consideration, because then once that market starts pushing down, a lot of people are going to get stepped out, start exiting the trade. That's really going to push the market down. So to say that the market's going to come down this way, not everybody's going to be going short, but a lot of people are going to be moving their orders in, trying to take their profits because they're worried that they're going to get stepped out. So that's what's going to keep pushing the market down, not necessarily everybody going short as well. It's everybody that's exiting the trade that's what's going to push the market down. So that was unfortunate, but at least we learned, right? And lost some money while doing it. So I should be sim trading. What am I doing? Market is open. Let's short here at 25.
Your order has been submitted.
Okay, now everybody's suspecting prices to keep pushing up here. Actually, everybody's going. Doesn't seem like anybody would be going long. We got swing high. Going short is actually probably the better option. I think there's a ton of people going short. Yeah, we actually want to be buying here.
Order has been canceled.
Alright, I think if the market pushes up, let's sell here.
Your order has been submitted.
My first entry. No, we don't want to join all these people who went short. I'm gonna swing low first entry to second entry. Entry will be at 50, so buying at 50 right here.
Your order has been submitted.
Swing low first entry, second entry. I think a ton of people are gonna be shorting here because of this strong trend down. And people are going to try to trade the breakout, especially since the strong market is going down here. Come on, just fill the order. Yeah, people are going to trade that breakout. We should be able to get our scalp here. Yeah, the strong trend is giving everybody an excuse to trade that breakout. Come on, just a little bit more. God, come on, push up, push up.
We hit the target.
Right, 375 away from our break-even point. Come on, I think we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. So 1 for 1. I mean, 1 to 1. But that's kind of cool to see. Actually, the market volatility is kind of crazy, but we'll leave it at. Filled by the tick to the tick. That's kind of crazy. I like those trades when that's exactly the kind of thing we want happening, which is it fills us just by enough for the tick and it pushes on up and gets our profit. Actually, no, this works out, leaving our volatility where it is, because we wouldn't have gotten filled there if we left it at the add 2, which would be 8 up here. Alright, that was a second entry right here, but obviously you don't want to be going along there. Going short was actually the better option. Then we get one on the ES here, but you don't want to be going short because everybody's trying to correct that. So buying there is actually play. Don't get that here. Okay, even after this strong trend here, people are going to be buying this no matter what. So that's something we have to be concerned about, whether or not we want to be buying. Especially after something like that, because everybody's trying to push the market back up here because that's what the market looks like to do. So no matter what, everybody's going to keep buying this thing here. So selling is actually the better option. So now people are still looking for opportunity to buy here because of this and that. Yeah. People like going against the market, which is why this is an obvious buy, but people like to go against it. That buy, that pushes on up, then once they start working down, people like working against it, and actually here, it works out. But people just try to sell back into here, even though push on the way back down here. I think we might just break out. No, we're actually gonna push back up because everybody's suspecting the breakdown after spike down. Buying here is actually okay option. I'm worried that buying here is gonna be the absolute bad option. Do we have a second entry on the ES? We do. Swing high, first entry. Terrible leg, but I would not be selling here because everybody's trying to sell this, everybody's trying to buy this. We just have to figure out once it does something, when the market does something, which is a second entry short here, whether or not people are going to be taking. First, let's decide whether we want to be buying or selling. Strong trend down. It's actually fitting this kind of well. It was too difficult to tell, so we just trade. Looks like it might just come down and stop everybody out. Swing high, first entry, second entry here on yes. Do we want to buy? Let's sell here. 50.
Your order has been submitted. Order filled.
Got filled on the order. Market's pushing up really fast. And right back down. Come on, come on. Just have just a little bit further, friend. A bit further. Come on, friend. Brad. I didn't want to trade the breakout, but looks like everybody's shorting this thing. I feel like everybody would be buying here just because of this closing triangle thing, and the fact that this is a really strong port line here, like ridiculously strong. Everybody's gonna keep buying this thing, trying to get back to the other side, bottom picking. Nice. Now we're positive 3. Still no profit because after fees, commission fees and taxes, it's still gonna be negative. Hey, so let's keep going. Oh, but man, we got that nice read. Nice read. Everybody was trying to trade that breakout, which is why this thing's pushing up now. So cool to see that. Not everybody getting stepped out, but to see the price action play out, to suspect it to play out. Everybody's trading that breakout because of the strong trend down. Everybody thinks it's gonna keep on going down. That's what pushes the market straight up. So buying here, nothing's gonna stop it because a lot of people are getting stopped out. Second entry long here, deciding whether or not to buy or sell. I think buying is actually the better option. Too many people are gonna be going short. I might be trying to trade this back to the other side. We don't want to join people going short. That's the thing. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and stay out of this guy. I think buying might not be the better option. I mean, selling that might not be the better option, but buying isn't a good option either. Actually, swing high, first entry, second entry. We would have gotten to trade in both 1 tick and the 4 tick by now. Yep, I came to the tick at the 4 tick. So unless you got filled, would have worked out. But now I think a lot of people are gonna be going short here. It's gonna push the market back up because at the 3 test sort of thing. Yeah, a lot of people have probably their sells, so buying is actually the better option here. Gonna be taking position. 2 winners. I'm so surprised. Nice. Wish we didn't get that first loser. How do we get that again? I don't remember. Oh, we were buying, right? And the market just pushed back enough. Yeah, buying is not the better option here, because the market looks like it's going up in that direction. We were correct about the little like push up, but just wasn't enough to give us what we need. If our stop was maybe 2 ticks lower, we would have got that guy. Surprisingly, everybody's still buying this, which is the reason why the market's going in this direction here. It's hard to believe everybody's buying. I think buying here is a better option. Gotta push down. Prices look like they're working down here after hitting these highs. We're just hoping to get a scalp out of here. Gonna move our order up a tad. Oh, pushing down a little bit too much there. Oh. Alright, back here. 100. Just leave this right. I think we're good, yeah. A little bit congested there. A lot of people buying, a lot of people selling here. I think more often people are going to be selling here. So they probably got their stops right here-ish. We could get into this trade. Be nice. This is one of those cases that if it does push down, it'll trigger enough people to try to catch the ride and go ahead and sell. Have some. And the market keeps going without us. Come back. Come back. So yeah, we don't want to be joining this anymore. Yeah, so when it's become this unsure, I think we'd just stay out of it. Hang on for a second. We were buying this. I think a ton of people are still buying here, so selling is actually the better option, especially because of this spike. People are starting to realize, wow, this is a strong trend up. Let's go ahead and buy here. And yeah. Alright, the reason, if it does push down here, it would be a good spot to buy, but the reason we don't want to do that is just like here, or here, it might push down a lot further, or a couple more ticks than we would like it to, and it'll reverse. So we're gonna go ahead and stay out of this guy. We don't want to be buying now, especially after that. So selling is actually a good option here. Everybody's trying to trade this breakout here, which is why going short is actually a better option. Everybody's going long. Actually works out. Well, I guess it happened exactly what we not exactly, sort of what we thought. Swing low first entry, second entry, and the prices started working down, and that's what triggered it. Start short, push it to market that bit up. Yeah. People like to trade. And I mean, people like to sell here and buy here. So now that prices are starting to work up, we can suspect to get a nice entry. I think a lot of people are going to be shorting this anyway. Not a ton of people are going to be buying. A lot of people who went short here are probably exiting in this congestion area, or probably exited at this downtrend here. Those who didn't exit are probably gonna exit on the next down. So it's probably this one right here. Yeah, we want to be selling here. We gotta look at this as a double bottom first entry, second entry, but we want to be selling here actually. Might get a congested second entry here. If we don't know, we're gonna stay out of it just because the second entry is congested. But we got a swing high first entry and also matching up on the ES. And let's go ahead and take a look at this. We got strong trend up. looks like there's a slight trend up, so people could be potentially going along. It does look like a lot of people are gonna be going along here, which means we would have to go short. We never broke lower here, so can't technically take it. We broke lower on the ES, but we didn't on this guy, so we may not even get opportunity to entry here, which is okay because it's really congested. I'm not 100% sure where it's going. That's okay, especially in congestion. You can just stay out of it. There's a slight uptrend, so we can suspect to have a lot of people going long or a lot of people exiting here. So let's talk about this. Let's say if anybody went and chased the market here, they were waiting to exit and they exited right there on the next push down, and if not there, they once that push down right there exited, that's what pushed the market right back up. So a lot of people are already exiting. The people who are sitting here are probably waiting for a stronger push down. So if this market starts to push up here, we can suspect to see it just spike because people were worried and didn't want to exit, thought we were going to push down further. And once it gets around here, people might start exiting. And as regards to everybody who's going long, market pushes up, pushes right down, and they're probably going to keep their positions. So if this market does end up pushing down here, because the market right now is on their side and they're moving their stops slowly and slowly, so they're probably going to just take their profits and exit right around this area. If not, try to break it up here, bring it up there, get the profits, go back to the top. There is a gap in the market, so expect to close it. And here it goes. People are going to hold on to this. People are going to start buying here, which might push the market right back down. But all these people who are just slowly trailing it and trying to exit, and if it breaks down this way, they're going to exit the trade if it starts to turn down there because they want to just collect their profits. Or they could probably suspect to write it out, but if it definitely pushes back into here, they don't want to have to write through that again because that congestion made them real anxious. So now they're moving their stops. All these people are probably moving their profits down, just ready to get stopped out here. Are hoping they're just resting here. That triggers here. Let's see where people's stops are here. So yeah, that's pushing the market a bit down, might congest it a little because a ton of people selling, a ton of people buying here. And the sellers are trying to basically the sellings are everyone who's taking the profit here. If it starts to go down here, push down, I'm not convinced that these people will exit. There's probably a small correction. If it comes straight down for the stop, they'll be fine with that because they already have more than enough profit. People who are up here, however, are just resting right there, don't want to move, and that's what spiked that up real quick. So yeah, those people just waited and waited. They didn't want to move their stop in hopes that the market would reverse there. That's what pushes this market up on higher. So now we can suspect to see everybody trying to buy up back here, where there could be a small portion of people trying to sell back down this, but that'll be kind of chaotic. So which is that what we do actually? We sell, we buy against them. And now we can suspect to see everybody starting to go short here. Let's go ahead and move this back down, and we can suspect to see a lot of people start going short here. Yeah, I mean, no setup yet, but good to know what's going on in the market. Let's go ahead and boost the cooler fan. The brand I was getting. I drink it with a lot of creamer. Okay, where's my fan's turning up really hard. Yeah, it wasn't even on. Now we're gonna get the boost. So as you start to hear the fan, maybe the tub's gonna get nice and cool. I don't mind the fan noise, just not the annoying one like a couple videos. My fan broke. All right, now everybody's gonna start selling here. People are gonna, no matter what, people are gonna always trade the breakout. With this, especially with this strong trend up. As we can see, we hit a spike in channel. It looks like. Go ahead. Oh, let's go ahead and take a quick read. Market pushed on up. People are, a lot of people might be trying to trade the breakout, trying to get back to the other side. I said it before, but we have. I'm trying to figure out who would be shorting this. Essentially, if you had your stop up here, or I mean your line drawn right there, which fits fairly well, that the market, you can suspect a lot of people to be selling. But I think more people are trying to be buying. I'm gonna try to buy this thing back to the top over here. It looks like we might have filled the gap already. Yeah, prices closed right here yesterday. Yeah, so we filled the gap. That's interesting. I wonder if we had a runner, if we would have. So we bought here. This would have been a. No, that came back and stopped us out. We had a higher volatility. Scalped up there. And it would have never came back until. If we left our stop where it was, we would have never gotten stopped. Maybe actually. But let's go ahead and take another. I want the market to convince us of something here, because there's something that just clicked in my brain, which is after moves of tells, I guess that's what we could call it. This is a good area of control. This is an area of tell, meaning people start reading and take positions. Technically, this is an area of tell. The market's telling you we're coming up really strong, so people are gonna start buying. Once it gets here, people. This is another area of tell. There's no area of tell really besides this support. I mean resistance, and basically an area of tell that I'm making up right now in the spot, but for lack of being able to describe it, or just trying to put what I'm thinking into like actual like something that we can use, which is this area of tell is like something that's happening in the market for people to read and take a position on. So all we right now we have is a push up and a bounce, and that's not really enough for people to be buying or be selling. So there's no actual area of tell. An area of tell would look a lot more like we came down. Oh, now we're pushing down. Now we had a rejection. That's an area of tell now. Or if we kept pushing up here, or anything, even congestion would be an area of tell. But there's not much going on. We just came off a spike and we just bounced off the resistance. We want a little bit, a few more bars before after this area of 12. So tell. Oh, that's a square. All right, squares cool. Squares are cool. It's a nice square. Never seen the squares. Okay. That's an area of tell. So basically, when we break out of an area of tell, I think another area of tell can develop right around this area, which is it's gonna give us another opportunity to take a position, as well as other people. We got a second entry on the ES, but we don't got it. Yeah, so we're just go ahead and skip on that. But yeah, when you break out of an area of tell, it looks like you can always get another area of tell. So here's an area of tell, kind of pushed up, and we got another, not really an area of tell because it just kind of started working up. Like there's nothing to go off of. Here's a good area of tell. This is an area of tell, but that's way. Oh, that was early. Oh, actually, yeah. So that's where we took our position, and we were using this area of tell on the ES. So that's also an area of tell. Now we're gonna get an area of tell here. I like that area of tell. This is probably the last time I'm gonna say this because I'm probably gonna forget. Area of tell. I do believe that if you're able to read what's going on here, it's pretty much good with the market. Any market. So now that we got this, we can suspect to have everybody going along here, which could potentially push the market back down. Fortunately, we don't get good second entry. So this is a difficult read here. I really don't think a lot of people are going to be shorting this. It just doesn't look like a market you would short. I do think a lot of people are going to be going long here. Trying to trade this breakout and yeah. Go ahead and see what happens. So I think what potentially could happen, is since this market has a strong trend up, now that we came up to this point, people are going to start selling here, especially if we start to create a little channel down. But at this point, it's a difficult area of tell. But we can still read the market. Every single thing that the market does should be able to read, because it's human nature and what are people doing. You're not reading the market, you're reading human nature, which is always easy. You should get to a spot where it can become an easy tell. If it becomes difficult to read, then you're not reading human nature, you're reading the market. And empaths or scuff trading, whatever we're calling it, really just capitalizes on human nature and not necessarily the market. Capitalizing on a market would be like, all right, now we're supposed to come back over here. Oh, now we're over here. Now we're supposed to come back over here. That's trading the market, and we're not trading that. We're trading human nature. So we can suspect a lot of people starting to go short here on a double top. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be going short, especially since we could not push on higher there. There are going to be a handful of people trying to trade the breakout, which is why that consolidated so hard there. But all those people already exited, or still have their exits right here. So now that the market's pushing back up, it's probably going to stop them out. Could do a couple of things, which is obviously 3 things: consolidate, push up, or push down, and something else after that, right? It's hard to read range days, it really is, but human nature still behaves the same way. People trying to buy, sell in the same exact spots, where if you were able to read it, I feel like at one point I was really good at it, but now it seems like I feel like I don't know, it's just sometimes difficult to read. I'm not gonna lie. Good trend up. People are going to try to sell this back in, so this is going to really push the market back up. And the market's pushing up. And it looks like the buyers came. Just try to buy the market. That's what's turned the market. But I do believe patterns. A lot of people are going to be selling this. People are starting to disregard the happens here, trading up upon. No, that's what we were doing. People are trading based upon the market. When we were on the down, we were selling, pushed up here, started pushing on. People started waiting for the correction. People got stuck. Pushed it down. Everybody up. People tried to upright breakout back here. People again. I think people are going to try to buy this. That's just based upon the history back here. Hopefully history repeats itself, so meaning we're coming back to the other side over here. So a ton of people are going to be buying this thing, especially with an uptrend like this. Or maybe that might be the tell that people are going to be selling, because here we didn't really have a trend. It just kept coming up and down, spike down. In this one, we have a trend up. So this could be potentially people reading it a little bit differently, saying, hey, this is saying, all right, we're on this uptrend. Now it's time to go break to a 2. That's for back strategy. But we did already break out, so that could potentially make everybody want to sell here, which could potentially shoot the market back up. We do not have a trade. Stay out of all. We are in an hour and 5 minutes. Wow. And market pushed down. I don't remember what we said. We said the market would, right? Why not? Once the pushed up, people can probably, especially after that part, people would be trend break versus spec. People are gonna start trading. We want to keep the trading to. That's not our price action, or that is price action. We don't trade price action. We trade nature, which is extremely. Sometimes it does actually. Well, price action works. Human nature playing it. People are looking for opportunity to sell, opportunity for us to buy, especially once we start from this. It still looks part of this. I want to be able to get a position. We were gonna. But right now, a lot of people might be going long, which could just push the market back down. We don't want to join the 90%, basically. Okay, there is a slight trend here. We just have to be mindful of this guy. Now, if we pull on back here, prices are going to behave a little bit differently. Now that we have that there, but we're going to go ahead and delete a lot of this stuff just so we can read price action a little bit better. Nowhere in the highs here. People might be trying to sell this thing. But we have this strong uptrend. We can suspect a lot of people to go long here, especially if we get a small push down here and start pushing on this way. That would be a good opportunity to sell. Let's go ahead and just place our order now, just in case prices start to push out.
Your order has been submitted.
So we're gonna go for a non-obvious because this guy right here, it's like resistance area. Something like we've been playing off of for. So prices do look like they're reversing. We don't want to join the top pickers here, but however, I do believe there's a significant amount of people trying to trade the breakout, and which we already did essentially. Going short here seems like the thing that everybody might be doing actually. Going long here, it's a great second entry long. First, let's decide whether we want to be selling or buying. I think if the market pushes on up to where we are right here, which is our order, it'd be a good opportunity to sell. I don't think enough people join the selling here. They probably are waiting for a good trend down, then selling. But if they don't get their selling opportunity, it's gonna shoot on up and then shoot right back down. I don't think this was a good enough opportunity for people to take to start selling. Because we're way up here, it'd be hard to believe that a lot of people started selling here. But once you got that spike down, people wanted to start chasing the market. Maybe people started selling here, then are waiting for a better opportunity. Exit. Maybe they took their exits here. People that miss out on the selling opportunity. But once the market starts pushing back up, it's hard to believe that the market will keep pushing up because there's gonna be a ton of people buying this thing, especially since we've been on this crazy uptrend. I think selling here is where people might get. Oh, you know what? We had a better entry. Swing low first entry. Let's buy on the other.
Order
Let's
has been
decide. Do we
canceled.
want to be buying? I'd rather buy here. Swing low first entry. Our entry would be somewhere down here.
Your order has been submitted.
So that bar closes where it is, but let's go ahead and put it in the correct spot for now. Actually, there's only 500 ticks left in it, so let's go into 75. 25. I think a lot of people are going to be selling here. The opportunity presents itself. People are going to be selling this all the way up. Let's
Order has been
head
canceled.
and take our position where it was, which was 25 right here.
Your order has been submitted.
And we should have left that order. We would have got filled right there. Ugh. Man, we should have left it. That's alright, that's alright. I think we still have the opportunity to get in this trade, especially if it starts pushing up. Fortunately, we have our stop exactly where a lot of people have their stops. But sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. But we can suspect a lot of people to start buying here. A lot of people just got their scalp on this second entry, so hopefully that's enough for the market to push back a little bit. I think a lot of people are going to be selling this, which is probably why we should have decided whether we wanted to be buying or selling here. But I took the selling position because I think enough people are going to be buying here all the way up, because especially the strong uptrend. Maybe that was BS. Could be BS. I think a lot of people are trying to sell this thing. Yeah, we just had another leg here, and people are going to try to sell this thing. Boy. Come on, people, buy, 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 buy. We need a lot of people to buy this market so the market pushes back in the other direction. We kind of joined the top pickers. That was kind of unfortunate. Are we still recording? Am I recording? Alright, so hopefully we can learn from this. Strong spike. I think a lot of people are going to sell, unfortunately, which is going to stop us out. Like a lot of people might be exiting. If it pushes down really fast, I think that's going to throw a lot of people off, and all these people who went long here are going to go ahead and have to exit. Comes our But we read the market wrong. We really got to start deciding buying or selling a lot earlier on. So essentially, we would want to be obviously buying here. I'm hoping everybody wants a taste of this just buying, but I think a lot of people sold after a spike like that. So that's something we miss. After a spike like that, people are going to start selling, and a lot of people's stops are going to be exactly where ours is. Everybody's just ready to get stopped out here. It's a 100% sure thing right here, so we should probably just exit. It looks like we got stopped out a little bit later than we should have. Yeah, so that's really unfortunate. All right, people started. So let's go ahead and reread that. The market shot down with a huge spike. People started selling, especially after that. People have their sell stops right there. And it was hard for everybody to suspect to buy. So once everybody started selling right here, back into the trade. It looks like sticking with this guy is the obvious thing that you should have done. So we became part of the 90%, which is trying to outsmart the 10%. Just sticking with that, you would have got it. Max strategy. Shout out to you guys. You guys got it. Great second entry long. Good job, guys. But you don't want to buy into that resistance, which is why I think we should have bought into that. Yeah, that was it. We're gonna keep trading until we're broke and we're homeless. Buying here is the absolute best option because you had that strong downtrend and that resistance. People are gonna start selling here. I thought once it pushed up this high, people would start buying, trying to buy into it, but it looks like everybody was just trapped and just got stopped out. So we have to think about after spikes, where are people's stops? After spikes here, where are people's stops? And we have to stop playing that if it pushes up here, then it will be good. Because so far that hasn't treated us well. It's so difficult to read human nature, dude. Like, we had it for like a second, dude. We had it, but now we just lost. It sucks that we lost it. The read, the skill. It's hard to even attempt to read this market now because we've been wrong 2 times and right once or twice. Barely. That's alright. 50% read. Might as well just start selling and buying at random. Price pushes up. Pew.
Your order has been submitted.
Wow, I was recording with saying nothing. Swing low first entry, second entry. You guys saw me place the order. But I think we're supposed to shoot on down, but I'm assuming that I'm going to be wrong, which is why we're buying. It's kind of reversed. Swing low first entry, second entry. I don't think anybody's buying. I think everybody's selling. People are notice that every time you get this, people aren't convinced. People are gonna sell no matter what. You get a spike here, people are gonna buy no matter what, which is why it just consolidates first and people start after the spike, people start selling. So the super obvious thing would be to buy here, which is why we're actually doing it, because a lot of the more obvious things seems to be working out. So swing low first entry, second entry, and once market pulls back a little bit, might get stopped out here. Just be done with it. Also depressing. My hair doesn't. We'll just make this the longest video yet. Just for the hell of it. Let's go ahead and read it one more time. I think everybody's buying the super, like everyone sees thing is the spike and the buy. If we pull back far enough, it's gonna get enough people to buy, which is our thinking. And I think a lot of people are thinking what we are thinking. So we have to outsmart ourselves, which is why we're actually buying with the trend. That makes sense. I think we can play off the now we're gonna correct type of scenario, which is we get a spike and people are thinking now we're gonna correct right here, and we just can basically use that to our advantage. Swing low first entry, second entry. Still didn't get stopped out here for the people who went short. Jeez, this is like watching paint dry. Makes me want to trade the Nasdaq, you know? If we're gonna trade the ES and trade against human emotion, maybe we should just stick to Nasdaq. Try to trade that. Let me take a look at it actually. Oh, let's do it live. Let's go ahead and leave our order there. Go ahead. Open up the Nasdaq right here. Let's just type it in. NQ. The 950 tick chart may not be the thing we should be trading though. What's if this breaks down higher? We're just gonna go cancel. Nasdaq is loading. It's taking a long time too. All right, it looks oddly close to the ES. This is the ES, and that's the Nasdaq. It's pretty close. I want to see if human nature behaves the same way. We could probably sim trade this, but I still want to trade the ES. This is tough. We might have to switch over to Nasdaq if we're trading human emotions. Yeah, I think Nasdaq is our answer. Swing high first entry, second entry. Going long there is, let's see, would you want to go long there? If you had your entry like up here, like whatever the conversion, because this obviously 4 ticks is not gonna work, or 6 ticks, whatever it is. So having your stop maybe up here, you would have got your scalp. Let's see. Oh, here, swing low first entry. You would have got entered. Maybe not on a 4 tick or non-obvious, but works out. But man, this is great volatility. This is the stuff we want, because then we could be in and out, all in the same day. Swing high first entry, second entry. Everybody can looking for an opportunity to go long. We would have entered on a non-obvious. I mean, super obvious, and we would have got the scalp or whatever it is. Question is, do we have enough to have our orders placed where they are placed? You know? So let's go ahead and just forget the ES today. We'll just go ahead and sim trade this guy. Yeah. So I guess that's gonna be it for this video. We're just gonna go ahead and do a part 2 of trade. So next video is trading this. This video is way too long. It's an hour and a half, and we already lost a couple, so that's okay. We're just gonna leave it how it is. Yeah, we're gonna start sim trading from now on the Nasdaq, because the MES is just it's not much going on, dude. Maybe because we're impatient, but we'll see. We'll give the Nasdaq a try. All right, next video.